Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures and education training program. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created by Chad Christian. And we are available here on all the major social networks. Glad you could be here today. If this is your first time being with us today, please click the subscribe button as always. Also, click on that notification button so that you do not miss any of our upcoming broadcasts. We do broadcast for totally free 3 times per day as an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. Coach is live from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time daily. I'm live here with the Futures Education and Training Program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we have the aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. And Don takes care of that starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. A little bit different show over there on the aftermarket. It's just as the name applies. It's after the market closes. You can get over there and talk about your trades, ask questions, get educated, have a good time, and you could even join their panel live with an open mic and camera if you so desire. And if not, they also have, like you have here, you can type your questions and comments into the chat box. So if you do have any questions or comments, feel free to type them in to your social media chat area there, and we'll do our best to answer them as time allows. We are focusing here on futures, education, and training, but I will answer other questions as I see fit. So, with the emphasis on futures. So, we had a pretty good day today in the market. Had some really good runners, and we had some really choppy days also. Had a decent early morning, but the indices, man, this looked like there was an earthquake going on here. Up, chop, chop, chop all over the place. It's kind of settled down a little bit. Had a nice run up on the S&P to the upside to the indices in general, and a nice run down. And now it's choppily moving its way back up a little bit more. So we also had an item that we don't play that often. I had it on my watch list, but apparently I deleted it at one time. And so I missed this runner until one of the members called it out during our live training sessions that we have with our paid members. We do train and trade starting at 8:30 a.m. as a group on a live Zoom call. And one of our members saw platinum was moving. Look at that beautiful chart. Is that not just beautiful? Let me slide this down a little bit here. Look at that. Look at that chart. That is a boatload of money there, folks. Look at that thing climb. Got to click down here at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. this morning. Rode that thing all the way up. You could still be in this trade. And I did jump in this trade. I jumped in down in here somewhere earlier today and rode that up. Just got out of it. Matter of fact, here probably, I don't know, what time was this here? Reached the top. A little bit after, probably around 1:30ish, because I had things I had to get done. So I took my profits, and it's still a good trade, though. Would I jump in at this late? Yeah, that's debatable. But at the time, as you can see, it respected the 9 and the 21 and rode all the way up. So it was a lot of money to be made there. Again, metals markets slow down this time of the day generally, volume wise. It's not that you can't make money, you can. The other really good runner that we had and we rode the wave was on soybean oil. It's one of my favorites in the agricultural sector on futures. Um, Again, I didn't play it during the morning, but here I caught this about halfway up, right before VWAP there. Rode that up through VWAP all the way up. Got out on the pullback. I believe I got out. I think it was right here. I believe. I think. And right before 1 o'clock. Yeah, maybe it was. I'd have to go look at my trading record to be sure. But it pulled back, come back. Now it's higher than it was before. That critical level at 49.50, which we called out earlier. It stalled earlier today before it reached that level. Now it is up here, as you can see. It is testing that 49.50-ish, give or take a penny or two to the upside there, whether that breaks through. Now this will be stop trading here within about the next 20 minutes or so. To 2:30, I believe it stops trading for the day. So that'll be something that you don't want to be hanging on to unless you intend on running it overnight. So anyway, it was very nice. Um, also, there was some runners here and there on the euro. Took off nicely late because the indices were dropping at the time. Generally, the indices are the inverse, or the currencies are the inverse of the indices. So if the stock market's going down, generally, the foreign currencies will go up. It's actually based on the dollar. So if the dollar drops, indices overseas currencies are stronger. So they're an inverse of each other. Strong dollar, weak currencies overseas. So, and we know that, and we capitalize on that. It's a general rule, right? Had some really nice runs, and it just kind of faded out there for a while till everything pulled back. Oil also had a really nice, good runs today. Also, you can see here before the market open, it was climbing. During the pre-market, had a nice climb up, and then at the market open, because of what the indices were doing, choppy and all the way going down, it went down, dropped way down too on news and things, and it kind of was choppy for the biggest part of the day. Then around about noonish, a little bit after noon, it woke up again. Really very nice climb back up to where it was at earlier in the morning, early morning hours, about 4 a.m. this morning. Reached up at them levels again, and it's since peaked and is now pulling back to a level also. What we're looking for on oil is a breakout of the $63 level, and it hasn't done that here recently. So that's a big, strong resistance up here. That's a mile away as far as oil goes. Can't move that high, but it keeps testing it. It's staying up there now. It's no longer down sub 60s. It's now hanging around the high 61s, low 62 levels. So that's encouraging for oil. Again, that's driven by data. It's driven by world events, fear also. Gold had a really nice run earlier, especially at the open. We had a couple of members who had a really nice run on the gold. Again, a lot of times gold will run the inverse of the markets also. So if the markets are dropping, people sometimes go into the precious metal sector, specifically gold. Now, there's silver and there's copper and there's platinum, but gold is really the precious metal of them. Silver and copper, not so much because they're used for manufacturing purposes. So when those demands go up, that'll drive silver and copper, those type of things. Platinum, like I said, that was the play of the day. This thing just hasn't stopped going all day. It's too bad I didn't catch that, but I maintain a watch list here, and for some reason I don't know if I just forgot to add it or I had it on there and I took it off, because I'll monitor these things from time to time, and I just didn't have it on there until somebody called it off. I'm like, why didn't I catch that? And I looked, well, that's why I didn't have it on my watch list for whatever reason. It's on there now though. And it runs in waves. Also, it's not like it does this every day type of thing. But there was apparently a news article about platinum and the demand for platinum being the supply is or the demand is exceeding the supply. So when that news comes out, of course, that's going to drive prices up, right? Fear. Well, we better go grab it now while we can get it, right? Type of thing. But we have it's at a critical level as we speak. That 1054 is a very critical level. If you look back here, you can see how many times it's popped up there and rejected off of that level. That's right here. It's these right here. See how these peaked? Now they broke through a little bit briefly over time. These are the historical. This is a 4-hour chart. So you can see how important that this level is up through here. So that 1054. And the member also called that out because that member does effective charting and knew what to look at. And I didn't even have that line there at the time. And as soon as they called it, I put that line on there, and then I went back and looked and confirmed that's what it was. So that 54, which you can see this line right here. In fact, I didn't do it. I'm going to make that a gold level just because of the amount of times it has hit. Gold level is just a thing we do. It's just a very strong support or resistance level is what that's telling us. In other words, pay attention a little bit even more when it gets at these critical areas. So there's where effective charting comes in. So there was plenty of opportunities to make money in the currency markets, and I did, and so did our members. Just again, would have been nice to get in this one earlier, right? But you can't look at everything. I was trading other things at the time. Matter of fact, I left for 2 hours today that I didn't trade. I had an appointment I had to be at, so I wasn't even in the market at a critical time at the 10 o'clock hour. It didn't really come back till almost noonish, 11:30 noonish. So I missed out on some of these good runners anyway, because I don't trade while I'm out running around. If I'm sitting in a waiting room, I will, but it wasn't the case today. So good. John, over on our YouTube lives, asks, what futures do you focus on when training? I have my favorites, and those change over time. I love trading ES, the S&P 500. We have other members that love trading the NASDAQ. We have other members that love trading the Russell. I pretty much focus on the S&P 500. Doesn't mean I won't trade any of the other ones, but generally the S&P and the NASDAQ their charts are kind of identical, right? If you compare the two, I don't even have it up here. Where the Russell, a lot of times, it's because it's a small cap companies that are in the Russell. Sometimes they'll move a little differently. Where the market's really choppy, it might be real steady. It's more interest rate driven. So if interest rate news come out, they're dropping interest rates, the Russell will do really well. If interest rates aren't changing or they're going up, the Russell will pull because they are dependent on bank loans for financing, keep their businesses run. So anyway, so it sometimes will mark, and other times they'll look, all three of them will look identical, but generally the Russell will operate overall differently as far as the ups and downs go. Oil is just beautiful still to the downside. Now the oil's at a critical level also. It's stuck right there on VWAP and the 200 MA, so it's kind of trapped right there. Those are two strongest indicators together. Really watching for this 61.83-ish level down here. When I say ish, it's because, when you draw lines, you might be a penny or two off or whatever. So it just depends how tight. I don't zoom in to try to get my charts to the exact penny, because charts don't always move to the exact penny. But I try to get them pretty close, though. Don't get me wrong. So yes, there was. I tend to like trading the S&P 500 ES. I like trading gold. I like trading oil. I like trading the euro. And recently, I've added, and I'm gonna probably start trading it more, is the Australian dollar. And why do I want to start trading the Australian dollar? Well, they've had news. They got a new leader of the country. They're also not as subject to all the heavy tariffs that's going on in the world right now and all that tariff news. The New Zealand, what is the New Zealand dollar also, Ralph? I think it's kind of the same way. They're not really subject to the tariff wars that's going on, so they do tend to react a little bit differently. And
Yep, that's right.
one of our members is Ralph. He's our currency guru. He's always traded currencies. It's not that he has any uh, inside information, but he's got experience in trading them and know how the markets react. So we're learning a lot from just listening to what Ralph says about currencies. I never really traded currencies, and matter of fact, I didn't trade currencies until I was talking to Ralph, and now he's our go-to guy. He's one of our moderators over here in the futures for paid members. So he helps us out and helps us understand currency, and I've grown in my knowledge over time on currencies, and because of that, I've been able to successfully increase my bank account trading I'm big on the euro is what I've mainly traded. Now because Ralph had noticed that the Australian dollar was moving consistently, at least right now. I've been trying to get in those trades. I missed this one today. I didn't trade any currencies today. Part of it was because I was gone for a couple hours. But anyway, that's another one I've added to my repertoire. I don't really care what I trade. Whatever one will give me money, I'll trade it, right? And you can see here's the Australian dollar. It had a really nice run up, where you can see the euro, it was a little bit more choppy. Then it had its nice run up. So, and a lot of this is all based off of the stock markets too. When the stock market goes down and the dollar goes down, currencies go up. So my probably top five are ES, CL, GC. In other words, ES, S&P 500, crude oil, CL, GC, which is gold. I would say the euro because that's the one I've traded the most, G6E, but I'm adding 6A to that. And I also like in agriculture, I enjoy trading soybean oil. There's different soybeans you can trade. They're all pretty good, but for some reason I got on soybean oil one day. I guess I must have caught it when it was taken off, so I really watched soybean oil. And the indices really are pulling hard now for some reason. Big drop on the big drop. Big drop. What we got going on here? Is there news coming back down to that quad bottom? Very strong point of resistance down here. It's testing it again to the downside. Watch that 59.55-ish level down there. Hang on. So it's retesting that level. It's pulling back down. It was there earlier. You can see how many times. 1, 2, 3. It's like the fourth time. So it's a bit of kind of a really good bounce level here on the S&P 500. Kind of look at them wicks on there. Very volatile. When you see all these long wicks, there's a lot of movement in them candles. So you got to be really careful when you enter these trades and have good stops in place. If not, you can get your face ripped off very easily. So is this going to continue down or not? You know, there's your 55 order. It just disappeared. That filled. So that's telling me it might want to come down here some more. So might want to pull. We'll watch this here for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Can I trade this? Yeah, sure I can. I could put up here a sell order, right? I'm not going to enter yet. I'm going to wait and see what happens here. I'm watching the L2. There's a 54 order down here. It might want to fill, but if people put in orders, it's got to cross this 55, break and hold below the 55 before I would even think about it. And it would have to have energy to do that. So I'm going to watch these next couple candles here, see if it'll break through this regression channel line here. That's part of Coach's indicators, which come free with your paid membership at Diamond, VIP Gold, VIP, Crypto, and Futures memberships. It's not included with our premium base plan. I use this to make money every single day with it. I really like it. So as you can see, it's bouncing. It doesn't like this level down here. It's bouncing again. Now we'll go back up and bounce back down again. Could very well, right? So could I go up here and do a quick scalp to the upside? Yep, I sure can, right? Now I should wait here till, what do I do here? Oh, I see why. Anyway, I was trying to put too big of an order in. I just do like 10. Right here, it's got to break back up through these levels here. So anyhow, we'll watch it. If it wants to break and hold below that 55 level, then I would consider something to the downside. But right now, no, it's just in a chop zone. It can bounce back up here. The play could be from here back up to the 9 with a rejection off of it, right? You could play that. What am I doing here? Let me reset this account here. Hang on here. And let me pull this up. There we go. So just going to reset this so I got money in there. Paper. This is paper trading, by the way. I never trade with my real account while I'm talking to everybody live. So I don't do that. That's a good way to wreck my account, my real account. So when I'm trading mode or talking mode, if I'm not fully laser focused on my trade, I will not trade it. So that's very dangerous if you're distracted. Here it comes down to that level there. Can I trade that? Yeah, I can. I can do a quick scalp on it. Here's my stop loss, right? In case this pulls back, I'm going to go real tight stop here because this is not broken held yet, but I'm going to see if I can get a quick scalp off this. More than likely, it's going to bounce back up just because this is what it's been doing all day right here. But I'm going to see if I can catch this here, do a real quick couple bucks on it or not. I'm up 375. There's 500, 625, 750. Down up 1,000, up 1,250, up to 2,200, up 2,600. That's what happens when it breaks some key levels, 35, 3,700. Look at that. It's going to retrace 50% when this is done, so be careful. There's 5,000, and I'm out. I'm locking that in. It paused there for a second. Yes, it's still going down, but I locked in that profit just because I saw that pause. Now watch a 50% retracement. Watch this come back up here halfway. It's usually what happens when you get a big gamma candle. Doesn't happen every single time, but as a general rule, it'll pull back. Why is that? Because this big drop, everybody made a bunch of money on it, and they're going to take their profits like I just did. I locked in at $5,000, right? And in doing so, people are going to sell off, get out of that, lock in their profits, and then it'll pull back up. So that's what can happen. So That's why I say watch for a 50% retracement. It didn't really go 50 at this time, but it did pull back because people are taking their profits. That's how that works. So those are the little things you learn here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Right? So anyway, that was exciting. Missed the pull to start with because I wasn't watching it, but you usually won't see those things coming when people come in and dump a bunch of orders. It just happens all of a sudden, right before you know it, unless you're staring at it. Even staring at it will catch you off guard. It's like, whoa, what just happened there? Somebody get on TV and say something, what happened? Don't know. Didn't have it on. There's a little news thing here built into TradingView. And it's the same news equities fall. Oh, Fed. Oh, duh. We knew that. Look what's on our news feed here, right? What's happening here? Fed Governor Collins he spoke this morning right here. Oh no, he's already done talking. He must still be talking. 1 o'clock, the other Fed governor speaks, and then at 5 o'clock today, the other one speaks. So that's not really much there, but that's what it said. Anyhow, exciting things. You can make money on news if you know it's coming. We do that all the time here at American Dream Trading. Just the TikTok view. Sorry, TikTok. I wasn't paying attention. By the way, TikTok, again, this is the only view I can provide you at this time. Maybe sometime next week we have found a solution. Just got to implement the solution to see if it works. If it does, you'll have a full screen view over on TikTok maybe next week. But that's yet to be seen. And adjusted that. So if you want the full screen view, go over on our YouTube channel because literally I have my iPad pointed at my screen. And to me, this just sucks having it this way, but it is what it is. And I'm doing it because you guys watch on TikTok. If you want to see the full screen and hear all the videos and things as I play them and the audio, I'd highly recommend you go to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. For now, you'll get to see my full screen. And if I play any videos today, you'll actually be able to hear the audio and get the full screen view on them also. So check it out, American Dream Trading channel over on the YouTubes. Let me get a drink here real quick. All right. What other questions we got here? Let's see. Nick says, I lost X amount of dollars today. Rough day. Yes, it was very choppy. You have any tips on scalping the 2-minute EWO? Well, yes, I have one tip for you. You're either scalping or you're playing the 2-minute EWO. You're not doing both. Pick one trading strategy to the other. Now, can you let your scalp run longer? Yes, but scalping is an in and out type of activity. If it's choppy, you're in and out, in and out, in and out. If you're going to play the 2-minute EWO, then you got to let the 2-minute EWO play out. Now, was today a good day for that? Absolutely not. But if you'd have got into the 2-minute EWO, let's just take a look here, right? Let's use the S&P 500. This is an issue that most of us run into. I know I did the same thing. You can't confuse the two different strategies. They are two totally different strategies. If you're trying to scalp this mess, look at them wicks on her. That means them candles moved up and down, wham, 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 right? So if you're going to scalp, you got to be quick on the trigger. You're literally probably only scalping one candle at a time. If you look at, let's just pick a candle around. Let's see, this candle here, move from there down to there. That's a 36 tick candle. That is more than the average movement for the S&P. And 36 times 1250, that's a $450 gain or loss in that one candle just by that volatility on a 2-minute candle, right? So if you're going to scalp it, you got to be a master scalper. If you're not, then play the EWO. Now, how I got in when the EWO formed, all right, I'm just looking at this at random, all right? Here's your next candles larger than the first, which is our key entry point. So you would have entered right around in here, right? Had you played the EWO, let it go, and not freaked out. Now, I'll tell you, I would guarantee you would have got stopped out on this trade just due to the craziness of these candles. Well, let's just say you had a more than normal wide, which you wouldn't have had, so it wouldn't have played out very well. But had you survived, hypothetically, getting stopped out, well, if you'd have done it, You'd have got in here and got out down here, right? You'd have made money by letting it go. Now, reality of it is, do those if you just went in with like an average, let's say 25 tick uh, stop loss, you would have got stopped. I guarantee you would have got stopped out. That one candle I measured there alone was 36 ticks. This one here, this one had got you for sure, right? Probably. This one here is, that one's almost 45 ticks. So it was a very, some days when you get these kind of days sticking into the EWO, while it is better in theory, these candles were just too violent, too choppy, too volatile. You would have got stopped out of your play. Your stop loss would have got you. So either way, you probably would have been lucky to survive that, unless you were a scalper, and you have to be a master scalper. In other words, have the skills to read the candles as it happens, to be able to jump in and out of them. You could have made money on every one of these candles going down, but that's a advanced scalping's not for the faint of heart. It's very stressful. It's exhausting because you're evaluating the trade longer or more often. Here I'm in a trade, I'm letting it run, right? Down. When am I going to get out? That's my next decision. Well, when you're scalping, all right, I'm in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, so it takes a lot of mental energy to be a good scalper. You have to be laser focused. You can't look away, right? Now, scalps will go, not necessarily just one candle, and you shouldn't scalp if it's in just one candle at a time, but you can. You want to let them run as long as possible. Today, that wasn't today. So, unless you're a master scalper, you would have got your face ripped off. And what is one of the things Coach teaches us about trading? What does he tell you about the market open? What does he specifically say about trading when the market opens? If you're not an experienced trader, stay out of the market the first half hour. Give the markets time to calm down and decide what they want. So let's test this out. So there's the market open 9:30. There's 10 o'clock at here. All right, 10 o'clock, 10:02 is right there. All right, there's 10 o'clock. So had you sat on your hands and waited, well, you can see it was really, this is just a bad day today for volatility, right? It's not as bad, but it's still pretty big, right? You would have had to adjust your trading. It wasn't until recently, really, look how long it's taken today for the market to have a respectable movement and without being crazy, right, in volatility. And that didn't really even happen until 12:30 today. Well, by then, most people are out of the market, right? So, yeah, this was just a rough day. But here's the thing that would have benefited you had you sat on your hands on trading the indices the first half hour. You would have been able to sit there and watch this craziness happen. Do you now, in hindsight, would you really want to be involved in this trade in any regard, either the 2-minute EWO or scalping? Me, I wouldn't want to be. Ain't no way, right? That's just too crazy. So now it's 10 o'clock and I'm looking behind me. I'm like, man, this is choppy as all get out. Do I even want to trade the indices today because they're all just so volatile? Well, my answer would be no. But I had a half an hour to make that decision. So let's go look at something else, right? You don't have to stick to one thing. Let's go look at the energy sector. What did it do, right? If it's 10 o'clock, right? It was pretty volatile too at the start, right? See how that was? And then it got into choppy. So it was been a rough day in trading energies and oil in this case. Again, till 12 o'clock, 12:30, then it same time period. So, and if the one good thing you could have traded, and here's the thing to remember to put in your memory banks. Generally, this is a general rule, doesn't apply 100% of the time. If the indices are going down, the metals will generally go up. And the theory behind that is there's fear because there's a market sell-off, or there's bad news came out that created fear. There's a conflict somewhere in the world. People are throwing bullets at each other, right? Creates fear in the markets, and the markets will drop. Bad economic news creates fear, the markets will drop. Well, people will move their money into what they perceive as safety, and that would be your metal markets, right? Gold. People will move to gold. So you can see when all this craziness and this volatility of the markets were just up and down and all around. Nobody knew what they wanted to do. Look at gold. Look at that beautiful, nice, calm, peaceful. Huzzah. You could have just got in this and just sat back, took a nap for till what, 10:30ish before it flattened out. Look at that. So don't be getting hung up on one sector. If one's acting crazy or just volatile, go find in. So now put this in your memory banks. If the indices are going way down on for a reason and volatile, go look at the metal sector. Go look at gold, right? If the indices are going down and the dollar's getting falling out, go look at currencies. Now, currencies would have been volatile also, but not as volatile. See here, the markets were going up, the euro, or the markets were going down at the open and all that volatility. Do you see volatility in these candles? Not at all, right? Currencies, look how much smoother. Now, there can be some wild swings in currencies, don't get me wrong. But with all that crazy hostile volatility that was going on, look how nice these candles look, right? One click, ride that donkey up, right? So the markets were going down, the dollar was dropping in strength, right? Makes the currencies go up in this case, right? And it was nice and smooth. You wouldn't have been all stressed out. One click up here, it's just a matter of when am I getting out of this trade, right? So that would have been a lot less stressful. So just that's how you become a better trader is learning. All right, and I'm guilty of it. I'll sit there and stare at something waiting for it to happen. In the meantime, something's going to the moon, right? And you get those, you get them horse blinders on. You can't see all you can see is what's in front of you. And you don't even think of, because you're so intent on looking at it, you're not looking what's going on around you. So always be aware of that. Whether it's having a hot list up here, like I have built in here with Trading View, right? I can see these things. I even sorted them myself and made indices. There's the metals, there's energy, there's currencies, there's the treasuries, and there's agriculture. And then I have the dollar index and Bitcoin down here. I don't trade those, but they are key indicators, right? Bitcoin, the way Bitcoin moves and the way the dollar moves. So those are very important things to keep track. So if you would have something like this and had that open, you could have seen these things happen. So yes, don't trade with blinders on. Don't force trades. Just, well, I want to trade you yesterday, Mark. Well, go right ahead. Well, look how volatile it is. You sure you want to do that still? Well, I want to trade ES. Well, then go trade it, right? Better know what you're doing today. Today was a horrible day for that. So sorry you lost money, but that's one day. Does not define who you are as a trader, right? So um, that's a good question. So don't get hung up on one thing. So what I'm trying to tell you here is if you're trading futures, get one or two that you like in the indices sector. Get one or two that you like in the energy sector, like oil or whatever. Get one or two that you like in the metals sector, gold or copper or whatever, platinum, whatever. Get one or two that you like in the currency marker, such as the euro or the yen or an Australian dollar. And get one or two that you like in the agricultural sector, such as, again, these are examples. You can pick the ones you like. Soybean oil, right? Or live cattle or lean hogs, whatever, right? There's many choices. You can't catch them all and you can't play them all. So what you want to do is pick a couple that you think you might like, get them all nice and charted out, get accurate historical levels on it. So that way, like today, if the S&P, the indices were all crazy, right? Well, I know I have my gold chart charted out. I can come over and start trading gold instead, right? Gold is not generally doesn't look their charts never hardly ever look like this, right? This is insane. When you see wicks at the top and the bottom of the candles, that's bad news for you as a trader, right? Unless you're a master scalper. So pick one out of every sector, get like two. Go out and make sure you know how to effectively chart a chart and then go chart them out. Because when this happens like it did today, I know I can go elsewhere and trade something different that's not as crazy today, right? And a lot of them are the inverse. They work inversely of the other. So if I know the S&P is going down, I can pretty much, as a general rule, tell you that gold's going up without even looking at a gold chart. If I'm looking at a gold chart and it starts dropping all of a sudden, I can pretty much tell you the indices are going up, right, without even looking at that chart, just because they have a general inverse relationship. Okay. So, and the reason is when markets are going down, people are fearful. They will tend to move money in gold. Now, people have been getting out of gold here lately, but it's already broke above our one critical level today, that 3250, which was the mark I was looking at. And that's clear down here, as you can see, because of the volatility in the markets. Everybody was throwing money in here. So that's how that works. That's part of your growth as a trader, is having those things ready, right? Simila over on TikTok live chat said entered gold at 9:30 and it's still running. There you go. Yeah, we all missed platform. One of our members called that out. I actually played it. I jumped right into the trade because platinum was still honoring the 9. Look at that. You could have jumped in anywhere in here and made money. And I did. I jumped in at whatever time it was. And I wrote it up and got out up here right before we went with these lives. So anyhow, um, so Jeannie, if you should be able to, the only thing you're going to see on my screen is this because I have my iPad pointed at because I can't get to full screen view. We got a solution that we're going to work on here later on in the week. Hopefully next week you can get to full screen view. Coach has the full screen view because he's on a Windows operating system and I am not. I'm on a Mac operating system. So I've been highly suggesting to everybody multiple times per day for weeks on end, if you want that full screen view and be able to hear audio and everything, go over to our YouTube channel for now. And it's American Dream Trading over there. Make sure you click subscribe when you go over there. You'll get the full screen. You'll be able to see everything that you normally would. So hopefully we'll have a solution to that. Make sure you click subscribe. Yep. Yes, Nick. Let me reiterate. You never mix two strategies up. Can you do two different strategies during a play? Yes, you can. Right. Let's just say the EWO hasn't started yet, or I'm in the middle of one. Yeah, I can scalp it. Right. I can run the charts up and down. If I get in late, can I get in? Yeah, I could have got in this gold play anytime I wanted. Right. I don't have to wait for another EWO. If it looks like it's a good trade, then there's no reason you can't jump in it, right? But the issue is you get in an EWO when it starts, when you're supposed to, okay, based on coaches' teachings, trading strategies. If you get in later, then you have to treat it as a scalp. Now, does that mean you get out every candle? No, it doesn't mean that at all. Which it means is you got to be ready to bail out of that trade at any given second because your potential profit, if you get in here instead of where you should have, way down here, you don't know how much more this is going to go up. You never know the top or you never know the bottom. So you just have to be prepared because you didn't enter at the opportune time. So therefore, your potential for profit is greatly reduced. You don't know if I get in this candle, next candle might be done and it'll just go back the other way. You never know. So that's why you have to have that scalping mentality that I'm in to grab what I can grab while it's there to grab, right? That I might get out of this trade, whether it's in 10 seconds, 10 minutes, or 10 hours. I'm treating this scalp as I'm ready. I have my hand on the mouse. I'm ready to get in and out whenever I need to, right? At a moment's notice. Or with the EWO, okay, I got in clear down here. Well, there's a red candle there. Well, so what? I got in clear down here. Am I losing money because of that? Well, I gave up some potential profit, right? But I don't give up nothing until I sell. Regardless, I got a green trade, right? Because I entered clear down here using Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. So when you get in with the EWO play, and again, I recommend 99.99% of everybody should be doing the 2-minute EWO, including myself, right? Because it just works. It's got a high, again, I don't want to imply that anything's guaranteed that you'll make money doing the 2-minute EWO every time. That's not what I'm saying. But it's got a higher probability of success than any other trading. All right. But you never know when the full up or the full down is. So by letting it go, it's also less stressful, right? I'm not worried about these little pullbacks. This pulls back. All right, I gave up a few dollars profit, right? Well, if I'm scalping and I just got in at this candle, oh my gosh, now I'm back at break even. I might even be losing dollars, right? And that freaks you out. Like, oh, I got to get out of this trade. It's going to go down. Well, it didn't, right? But you freak out because now you was looking at your P&L and you see I'm in the negative and I just got in. Oh, look how high up it is. This must be the end of it, and I'm going to get out, right? Well, and continue to go. Or if I was down here at a better entry, I can stomach some of these pullbacks and let it run. There was nothing in this trade to ever say get out of this trade. It stayed above the 9 the whole way. Only time it broke below the 9 was right here, right? And it didn't break and hold below the 9. Now this one you could argue did. There's a little bit of a gap, but it really didn't pull away all that far, but it did, right? And it rode up. It kind of just stayed there, right? So that would have been the best time to get out in hindsight, right? But as you can see, it's actually climbed a little higher now. It's up here at this 32.94, which is up here. Now, would I have rode that all day long? No, I wouldn't have. But so that's why you don't mix the two together, because you'll end up wrecking your trade by doing that. Pick one or the other. I'm going to enter the EWO when I should. If I get in late after the EWO is going, it doesn't mean I can't enter the trade. It still looks like a good trade. I can get in it. Just adopt the mentality that I may be getting it out of this in 10 seconds. You just don't know, right? How far up is up. So, good question. D-Rock's in the house over there on our YouTube live feed. And so is Kedem over there, or another one of our regulars, as is John and Nick. Appreciate your guys' returning. And let's see, I asked over there on TikTok Live, Sims, I answered those questions. Yeah, the comment. All right, Sakir Samir, if you want to say check out something, that's fine, but once is enough. We're not going to come in here and flood your favorite stocks. I am familiar with SYTA. We have traded that many a times in the pre-market and in the open market. So, but I will look at that just because I'm familiar with it. I don't allow people come in here and spam the channel with call outs. Matter of fact, I do not allow people to do call outs because that's not why we're here. We're not a call out group. We are an education. We want you to teach you how. Yeah, this is a great trade. We've traded this many times. It was a very good trade, right? So, there you go. Look at that. Yeah, we've traded this many, many, many times, right, members? Over the last, even the last month, even I think, wasn't it? A couple times. But the 4 hours, it's a junk stock, right? It's trash as far as the stock thing goes itself. It's a long-term hold thing. Yeah, not so much so, right? But that doesn't mean we can't trade it, day trade it, make all kinds of money off of it, right? As you can see, it's been popping up here since what? Beginning of May, first of the month. Yeah, I've traded this personally, made money off this actual stock personally, day trading it in and out in the early morning hours. And it had some good running days that it took off and ran just like it did today here. That was that was Monday. Took off here. So yeah, it's been on a steady climb. But please don't spam this channel. You're welcome to stay. I'm not kicking you out or anything. Just don't want people spamming things. Please respect the hosts and respect the other people within the room, and you're welcome to stay. We're not going to allow people come in and spam the channel with their little meme coins and all that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, all right. Yes. Coach, yeah. SYTA, right? Coach was even, matter of fact, Coach was even calling that out. SYTA, right? If you guys watched his lives, you heard him mention that one there also. So, anyhow, yes, that was and it still is a pretty good trade. Again, we do emphasize futures trading here, but I will look at stocks because trading a stock is not any different than trading a futures contract. But we will emphasize trading futures. So what you learn by watching trading futures, you can apply to your trading to your stocks. It's the same principle. Coach does not have a separate set of trading principles, rules, and education for trading futures, nor does he have a separate set for stocks or stock options or crypto. Everything that Coach teaches is 100% applicable to any investment vehicle. You just have to learn what they are and how and when to apply them, how to do effective charting, those type of things. Knowing what indicators to put on your chart. What do those indicators mean? What does this indicator in relationship to this indicator mean? Right? They all have this is all telling a huge story, right? Everything's going on. Every one of these indicators are telling me a story. All these indicators, the way they're stacked presently, is telling me a story, right? And this 9 here, it's telling me a big story. And all these historical levels that I have, these white lines that you see on my chart, or you'll see some gold ones, are historical levels, and they all matter. Put all that information together using Coach's Indicator, which comes free with your paid memberships other than the premium membership. You can do a lot of successful trading. I love it. I wouldn't trade without them. That's how much I like them. And yes, I am a moderator. I'm a mouthpiece for American Dream Trading. I get it. But I believe in them that much. I use them every single trade. I don't trade without them, and I benefit from them immensely. So, all right, what else we got here? How do you add those tickers across the top of your TV? These up here on top, these are all individual tabs. That's all that is. I just have a bunch of windows open. That's all. Those are all individual charts. Instead of me typing them in every time when I'm doing my sharing my screen, it's just as quick for me to go like this. It's already opened, right? I don't have to wait for the chart to load. I just click it down. Now you can't do this with the base one, but I have the top tier one for that very reason. So these aren't tickers that's stored up here. These are just extra tabs. I've got all these other windows open. Does it hog resources? Well, yeah, my computer can handle it, but so that's what those are. And there's different ways, like right here, you can do um, different ones here too. If you've ever seen Doug share his screen, he has them. They're saved as tabs, but they're circles that he can click on and switch that way. I would do that, but then I have to remember what the symbol is, which I just haven't done it. That's just the way I do it now because I only got so many brain cells. If I have to think too hard, I won't know what they are. Now, this watermark, if you're asking about that, that's just built into the program. It's in your chart settings. It's under the watermark thing. That'll show you what it is. So, um, canvas, and there's the watermark right there. And I can change how much that stands out, how little, how much, opacity, so you guys can see. It tells me I'm on 6E and I'm on a 2-minute chart, and it gives the title Euro. That's just the watermark feature in TradingView. So, all right. That answer your question, Doug? That's all these words top. There you go. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, any other questions? If not, we'll take a look at some trades here. We're coming up on Power Hour. Still have a lot of volatility. Let's look at ES. I'm seeing some big orders stack up here below 38 briefly. Right there, 38 and a quarter, which is about a buck below where it's at now. I got a strong level down here to the downside at 33. So it's not that much movement. I have this regression channel, part of Coach's indicators, that needs to break and hold below that also. Can it go to the downside more? Yeah. The trend is down, right? And the trend is your friend. It's been in a downward trend basically all day. It's just been choppy all day. That's all. General trend is down. If you go against the trend, be prepared to get your face ripped off. Hey, Belor Aldi over there on our YouTube says hello, everyone. So, well, let's see what's else. What's the Russell doing? Well, Russell's pulled way back also. Again, last hour of the day, people want to exit their positions. It's called Power Hour. You get increased volatility, especially in the last half hour, last 15 to 10 minutes of the last hour of the trading day. Oil's kind of calmed down a little bit. All this mess is. Yep, see, I did that $4,700 on that one trade that we did earlier. Gold, can I trade gold? Yeah, but the volume drops really off heavily. So if I enter, it'll be like watching paint dry. If I'm going to stay here to the upside, as long as the indices stay going down, it'll move. But you see how small the candles have gotten now. Just not the huge volume in it anymore. The volume candles down here at the bottom, as you can see, have gotten considerably smaller also. The volume drops off this part of the day on the metals pretty much. And of course, our agricultures are been closed now for a half hour, so it finished up at 49.50. Is that what this says? 49.59. All right, so that's where it's 57, I guess. I don't know, whatever that says. So it's done for the day. The market is closed. Platinum just hanging in there, right? What a beautiful trade. Boy, oh boy. That doesn't happen very often in platinum. Usually platinum goes up and down like gold and all the others do. But that's all it takes is somebody to write a news article, right? And there you go. So again, it's the same way. Volume's dropping off, right? It's this time of the day. People are getting out. They're done. They're done. They're tired. Take my money, take my profits, go home. So what we'll do, like we do every day, is we'll watch the indices here this last hour. Maybe make a trade or two, see what we can do with it. this breaks and hold above the 9, breaks and holds above the 9, I'll scalp that to the upside against the trend, and that's the key. It would be going against the trend. So if I'm going to scalp against the trend, I got to be not sitting there all day, right? Because I'm going to take whatever. If I see green, then I have to take it. I'm not going to play around. Not going to do it, right? But right now it's just choppy. Don't know what it wants to do. I do see a big order down there for that 939 still sitting there, which is basically is that white line. That's what support level. So it does want to come back down to 939, but there that other order at 38 still there, which would be down here, right? So if I wanted to scalp that to the downside, I'd have to be very quick at it. There's my stop loss. Matter of fact, I'm just going to move that real tight just in case it suddenly reverse on me, right? So here I go. I'm going to take this trade here. Let's see right there at that 39. Bam. Took that money right there. Why did I do that? Because I seen that order there, right? I knew where that was going to go. Right there, look what it hit. 36. Well, actually, I went a little further than I thought it was. Or did I say 36? Yeah, I did say. Did I say 36? I don't remember. I seen that big order. I thought it was 37, but there good. I scalped that. Now I'm over 5,200 just playing around here. Now, again, this is fake money. This is a paper trading account. It's a simulated account. It allows me to place orders, get in and get out in real time and with fake money. It's executing the trades just like it was real money. It's a simulated. The purpose is so that you learn how to use the software. Never trade with real money while you're training, when you're in learning a new software. We were having a discussion earlier today that one of our members is with a different broker and is thinking about switching to another broker, right? Well, when he does that, that's fine. But once he gets things ready to go, he's going to need to paper trade that so he knows how to execute orders. There's a minimum of 4 ways most brokers give you to enter and exit a trade, and he needs to master that before he actually puts his money on the line, right? Because you get in there and you don't know what you're doing. How do I get out of this trade again, right? If you're not proficient at it, that'll cost you real money. So that's the sole purpose. Also to, test your skills after you master the software, and you want to master not only the software, and this is the other issue this member's going to have to do if he does it, and switches brokers or adds a broker, however, is that not only do you have to master your desktop, right? You need to master the phone version, the tablet version, if you have all those things as backup devices. Backup device is not any good if you don't know how to use it, because there's a variation between the desktop and your cell phone and your tablet. All 3 of them are different, how you enter and trade and all that stuff. So you need to master all of them. So in case your computer blows up and burns up, or somebody knocks a power pole over at your house and you lose electricity, you have to be able to reach right over, pick up your cell phone, and be able to hit one button and get out of the trade, right? Manage your trade. It's not you reach over, turn your cell phone on, put in my code, get it on. Oh, where's the icon for my broker, and hit that, load it up, log in, do all that stuff. No, you're already supposed to have it. Every day, your cell phone or whatever you're using as your backup device should be on, loaded up with your broker's software there, so that all you have to do, extend your arm out, pick up your phone, and right there it is, swipe and get out of the trade. You don't want to be, if you're, let's just say I was in the long side of this thing and I had to get out, right? Power went out my house. I could be able to get out of that trade within seconds, or it can cost you some serious money. So whenever you trade, get a different broker. You got to master software before you actually start using it to make money. And that includes all your backup devices. Oh. All right. Yeah, see that? A Myrtle Beach cup. Yeah, see that? Got that on one of our meetups. We had an unofficial meetup with our American Dream Trading members down in Myrtle Beach last summer. Had a good time. Got to meet all the members face to face, ones that could make it. We also had one at Miami Beach. They had one at Ocean City, which I didn't get to go to. They've had some in San Antonio, Texas, I believe. So, yeah, our members regionally will get together from time to time, have a little shindig.
You mean Atlantic City? If it was Ocean City and I wasn't there, I would have a problem with that.
What's the difference? Where's Ocean City at?
Nah, Maryland. Atlantic City's New Jersey.
Oh, okay. That shows you how much I know about that part.
Dude, you scared me. I'm like, when did they have a meeting in Ocean City?
Oh, okay. Well, wherever it is you live. that area. Which one was it?
I live in Ocean City.
It was Atlantic City.
It was
Attention.
Atlantic City.
Yeah, Atlantic City. Okay. Never
Yeah.
been to either one. All right.
Oh, we gotta go.
All right. Bye.
No, I
Attention.
was saying we gotta go to Atlantic City.
Oh. Yeah.
We need to do another one.
It says Jay check a bag. Okay, I'll check a bag. What am I trading on? I am trading on, this is Trading View. It's a charting software. It's probably the largest independent charting software out there, used worldwide. I mean, it's not as big as, like, say, if you're trading Fidelity or something, but the largest independent one. It has nothing to do with AmericanDreamTrading.com. It's just, I like using it. A lot of our members use it. I can actually link my broker, who I use, which is Webull, to this. So I can conduct live trades with my brokerage account linked to this. So I have my charting and I can trade with it. So I like it. It's pretty. And you can put coaches indicators on it. And I also trade through my regular Webull software also. But all right, let's see here. What else we got going on? Let me adjust my screen again. I keep bumping it. All right. So, by the way, TikTok, if I miss doing the puzzle piece and TikTok gets shut down, I'll restart it. But anyway. All right. Hey, Siri, set an alarm for 10 minutes. There. How many people's phones? I killed it instead of muting it. But I set an alarm to check it. Anyway. Yes, you can actually trade on it now. It depends on what broker you have, right? You can go here. There's a list. You can go to tradingview.com, check it out. It'll also have all the list of them here. Let me show you here real quick. Here's the brokerage list. There's a lot of the brokers that you can trade on. I'm not recommending any of these. I'm just saying they're here. There's Webull, right? And I can paper trade with it. And there's Coinbase. These are ranked. These are listed by how people rank them. Not that I'm, So you can see a lot of the big name ones are on here. There's ones on here you probably never heard of, right? So I don't know how many's there, but there's a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 99 different brokers, 98 because this one's paper trading. So yeah, it's not going to have, like, you can't link Fidelity to this. That's not going to happen. The big boys are not going to allow that, right? Because they are a closed system. So a lot of these are on here. But you can go to tradingview.com also and check that out for what's on there. And you can paper trade. So all you got to do is go like that. Now I'm linked with my broker's real-time data, and now I can trade on here on paper. And I can go over there and click that other button and log in with my real account. I always trade with my paper trading. You can clearly see it at the bottom of my screen. It says paper trading. I'm not trying to pull a fast one on you. Think I'm making real money here. Now I do, but I'm not why I'm live, right? Because I'm answering your questions. I'm looking at this screen and that screen and this one, the trading, all this different. So that's why I don't use my real account. Should I? Sometimes I wish I was, yeah, because I'm sitting there watching these big things that I could be making some serious money on, but I'm not going to risk my real account, take money out of my family's pockets by doing something like that. So just don't do it. I don't want to do it while I'm distracted. You must be laser focused on all your trades when you're doing it. So anyway, anywho, let me see here. There we go. Anyway, that's why I don't trade with my real account. There's times I wish I was. But it's all right. I have plenty of opportunities to make money throughout the day. So, all right. What else we got? Any
Attention.
Attention. I just had an alert that the green EWO on the currencies. Why do you think we have the currencies are going up right now without me showing you that chart? Why? What do you see on my indices chart? It's going down. What did I tell you before? There's an inverse reaction. Well, let's go look. Right here's the currencies. See how the candle's going up, right? Again, it's not a one-to-one, but when the markets go down, currencies will generally go up. Now, volume is really dropping off of currency, so you're not going to see them big, huge candles, right? Because the volume's just not there right now. But you had this big, huge candle here. Now I'm down in a critical level, down at the 33 level, right? So I got to kind of be aware of that and watch all that. So, because it may just bounce off here, or it may be just selling off. We don't know, right? You don't know what the bottom is. But I know I have to respect this line. It's a historical level, so I'm going to watch it. That's all these lines are for, is to let me know where it's been bought and sold at previously multiple times. So I can use that information and make money with it, right? Now, will it actually get there is a different story, right? Right now, there's a huge order to come down to 32. 32 is basically well, it is. It's this line right here, this white line. Why is that big order there to pull it in down there? Because they know that's a level. It's here below this one. I got it. My line's at 33. That says 32. Maybe my line's off a little bit. I don't know, right? So we'll see. Now, is there any other orders? Oh, look, I'm starting to see 30s. I like to see some. There's probably a place in here that I don't have charted, obviously. That's a big gap. There's an order down there now, big order at the 30s. 30s are down below here now. So I'm watching the bottom of my indicators here, right? Can I enter a trade? Yeah, I could, right? Kind of late to the game now, but can I enter a trade to the downside thinking it's going to go down? Yeah, I could, right? I'm late to the game. Like I say, I'm not paying attention. 30s is where it wants to pull to, but that doesn't stop people from pulling orders. Because I wasn't really focused on this, I wouldn't enter this trade until I evaluated it better. I'm just going to show you why you jump in willy-nilly without paying attention. What can happen? Look at that. I'm down 500 bucks already, right? But there's that 30 order. Where's 30 at on my chart? 30's right here below where I'm at, where I got in at. Oh, I might have hope of making some money here, right? Maybe. All right. There's 250, 125. Right. See how it's bouncing around? And people will probably jump in earlier than the 30 just because you can see that big order there. If I see a big order, maybe I'll jump in one tick above that and then catch the wave back up, right? Or back down, however. Right now, there's that 30s coming up to be filled. There it is. Now 28s is on the chart. It's wanting to pull. There's 26s now. It wants to pull down here. Look, I'm up $2,000 there, right? So that's how you make money. Reading the L2 right there. I'm going to lock in that $2,000 profit. Bam, just like that, right? Cold hard cash. Just by reading the L2 and where that was going to pull down to. How did I know that? Well, you never know it for certain, but I can see these big orders here, and it acts as a magnet, right? It's hard to see when the volume's high because the numbers are moving so much. That's why it's harder to do with the indices. I don't use it so as much with it, but I do. I'm getting better at it. Wherever these huge orders are at is going to act like a magnet. Why do I want to pay $9.28 when I can get in with this guy at $9.27, right? Makes economic sense, right? Nothing else. So as these numbers drop, people will move their orders around, slide them, because these are not real orders until they're executed. These are orders placed but not filled on the buy side and the sell side. So until somebody actually executes the order, right? They're not real. So now I got numbers at 927. Now it's leveling off here a little bit, right? People got them big runs. Now they're thinking about. Now I'm seeing 925s down there. It's currently at 927. So can I jump in this here? It wanted to pull to 925. Now, the bad thing is these aren't filled orders, so anybody can come up here and slide their orders around, right? They can throw in orders up at the top and run the price back up, right? What I just tell you I saw down there was, what I say, 25s? Well, guess what? Look at it pull back away from me because those people adjusted their orders. Now they're willing to pay a higher price, 930. A second ago, they weren't. Doesn't mean it's not going to come back down, but right now, no. And there's no huge order there that's showing, indicates a huge wall to pull it down to, like a magnet. So it's going to be bop around here for a little bit. It's going to, what they call, consolidate until somebody decides, I want to put a big order on this side or a big order on that side, right? It'll sit here. And I'll watch. These candles will go side by side here for a little bit. Why did I know that? Because look, all these orders are basically the same size. The number doesn't matter. It's just, how are they in relationship to each other? Is there any huge one there that catches your eye? Well, right there, there's 100 at 930. Once pull back down to 930. Right there it is now. There's 929s, right? This is going to pull back down to 930-ish, right? How do you know that, Mark? I just told you what it was going to do, right? That's using the L2. It takes a while to learn how to use the L2. It takes screen time to be able just to snag that number out of the air there and get your eye and hand coordination down, right? Even if it comes down to 930, I'm still losing money because I'm down here at 927, right? So, irregardless. And what do we have right here? What's it say on my screen? 59.30 and a quarter. Man, that Mark, he just knows some stuff.
You are watching a master at work.
No, not a master. I've just learned how to use the L2. Look at that, 930 on the dot. Now, do I got numbers going lower, or do I have any hope of recovering from this losing trade I'm in? Doesn't look like I am, right? If it comes, it might barely touch where it was. Right now, I have 28s there, right? So, best thing I'm going to do, because I don't think there's a great possibility, I'm just going to pull the Band-Aid off, take the loss. You have to do that sometimes. Why did I do that? It's because they're fighting over the price. There's 930s at the top again. There's the 28s down here. I don't see any lower. I'm not seeing 27s or 26s peaking up. It's fluctuating between 28s and 29. So for the short term, I decided, yeah, it ain't gonna want to come back down there and grab me. So I'm just gonna take the loss and get out. You can't sit there. Could I sat there longer? Well, yeah. Well, what if it went up, right? Now I'm losing even more money. So I don't want that to happen. So I could get out with I could set my stop and leave it there, or rip the Band-Aid off. I really don't want to get stopped out with my stop loss. I'd rather make the decision to exit the trade at a cheaper price, right? And less money loss. If you sit there and watch it stair step down to your loss, shame on you, right? You can tell when it's going the other way on you. So there you go. All right. So watching for my TikTok puzzle to come up here. I don't want to get kicked off here. Can you show me how you use a level 2? I just explained that live as you watched, Daniel. I don't know if that comment was there before I did that, but I just showed you two right here. This is the level 2 order book. I'm watching these numbers here for bigger, larger than the rest numbers, significantly larger, and it will act as a magnet. Same on both sides. Sell side, the same way. For the price to go up, that wall has to break down. It can't go up. Right now, 36 is the wall, 36 and a quarter right here. For that to break down, that 36 and a quarter has to break down, and it hasn't yet. Now they pulled their orders. It was a large order. Now it's not. So people changed the order. So I'm looking for a large wall here. When they're all pretty much the same size, it's hard to tell where it's going to go, other than trusting your levels and trusting your indicators. How do you get them indicators? Well, let me tell you. Here at American Dream Trading, we include these with your free paid memberships. This is a paid members only set of indicators here that Coach has developed and refined over 33 years of trading in the markets. And we provide these free of charge as part of your paid membership. You can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Right? Matter of fact, we have promos going on right now for all our different membership levels. We actually have our diamond membership, which is normally is on 20,000. It's going to be going back to that here shortly. Right now, Coach is having a special promotion. He's ran it for about 2 weeks now, for $5,000. It's our all-inclusive, one-time payment, never pay again membership to trade stock options, crypto, futures. Coach's small group setting mentorship program, which that's self $6,000 a year. All the other different packages. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play here about a 5-minute video. It's going to show you what the diamond membership is. Everything shown on this video is included in the diamond membership. And now it doesn't say diamond because it didn't exist when we made this video. We're in the process of updating this video. But everything else in that video tells you about all our individual memberships, which you can also purchase. And some of them also have a promo we're currently running that you can find at AmericanDreamTrading.com. But this diamond includes every one of these memberships. So everything you're going to see is included all in one membership. It's $5,000 one-time payment, never ever pay again. And it also does include the indicators with it also. The only membership level doesn't include these is our premium, which is our base entry level membership. Does not include these Coach's indicators. And you can see it shows the London market, Tokyo, all that stuff, and highs and lows of the day and previous day high. Anyway, it does a lot, right? Do you need all these things on there? Not necessarily. I have them on there for a reason. Part of it is I'm sharing with you guys so you can see some of the things that you can do, right? But I do use most of these things. I just added these levels here because a lot of times we get to these regression channel lines, and I'm like, what's that at? And I got to look over here. Well, now it already tells me right here what those levels are as far as numbers. So everything I'm about to show you here, again, those of you on TikTok, really for you to see it and be able to hear it, you're going to have to go to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. I will slide this screen down here so that you can see it, but you won't be able to hear it, and you're going to have to listen or read the subtitles. It's not the ideal. So if you want the best view, head on over. All right, here's Coach's service video. Again, the Diamond membership includes every single thing you see within this video. And they're all talks about each individual membership. There's Coach.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup, where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first, plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership membership, you guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the trading view indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com.
And there you go. That is all our different membership levels. Again, our diamond membership is on a deep discount as a special promotion, as it's one of our newer products for a $5,000 one-time payment. You can also go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and see all our other memberships. We have also our entry-level membership, which is a premium, which does not include coaches indicators that you see on my screen, which this, by the way, also requires a TradingView subscription, which is not associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com. So you have to get that on your own. That's about $15 a month or whatever. Anyway, J Trades, dude banned me for no
Attention.
reason. What dude? It wouldn't have been me. I am not your dude. Obviously, you are here, so it wasn't me you're talking about. So, anyhow, if you want to expand on that, J Trades, have at it. Anyway, who you're talking about. All right, so that's about that. There, you can go and our premium membership, which is our base entry, you can do that at $125 a month, or they also have a lifetime on that available for a one-time payment of $750, right? And you could go there and get that also. And then we also have a lifetime futures membership. If you just want a single membership, it's $4,000. You can make 2 payments of $2,000 each, or one payment of $4,000, however you would like to do it. Also, we have the crypto membership for $4,000. You can make 2 payments, or we have the VIP Gold Complete, which, other than the Diamond membership, is our number one training package that we have, is $8,000 for a lifetime membership of 2 payments of $4,000 if you would choose to do it that way. And if you don't want to do it either of those way, all those memberships are available on an annual basis. You can pay annually, semi-annually, quarterly, and even monthly. And I understand that. So we have something for everybody's budget. If you want to lock it in with a lifetime membership, you can do that also. So I would highly recommend it. Obviously, for $5,000, the Diamond membership makes the most economic sense. Pay one time, never pay again. I mean, the coach's mentorship, the a la carte thing that he talked about there, that's $6,000 a year right there. Doesn't tell you the prices in them videos, but that's what it is. It's $500 a month, right? To be in that, to be in a class with coach every week. So there's quite the value in that. Check it all out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. And then while you go to our webpage, make sure you grab that free Discord. It's always been free, always will be free, and it's free today. Then check that out. That gets you instant access into our stock lounge, where you can interact with other members of American Dream Trading and other free members. You can discuss trades, ask questions. There's also some discount channels in there for different things. There's some education section in there that you can watch videos and training materials that are not available for free on our YouTube channel, which, by the way, has over 2,000 absolutely free training videos. Just go over to YouTube, American Dream Trading channel, and go over there and You can check them all out. Absolutely, positively free. So let's see here. Let me adjust this a little bit. I'm always bumping this. My iPad, TikTok again. I said that for right now, this is the only view I can give you. Working on a possible solution to that. But until then, you can go to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, and get the full screen view with the full audio and everything. Because what you're looking at now on TikTok is a, quite frankly, half-assed way of doing it. But it's getting the job done for what it's worth. But you're only seeing my iPad pointed at my screen, and the only audio you're getting is what comes out of my pie hole right next to the iPad. So it's not ideal in any way. So I would highly recommend you hang out over in the YouTube channel until we can get this. All right, J Trade, you made a broad-based comment there. If you would like to expand on that, if not, I'm going to mute that comment. But since you don't have the intestinal fortitude to expand on your broad-based comment without saying who it is at, I am just going to go ahead and mute that for now. So anyway, there we go. Gave you your chance. See, I'm very friendly here. I ain't afraid. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. You got something you want to say it. Just as long as you're respectful no matter the way you say it. I can assure you it wasn't me. We banned you off of here. And if you did get banned, well, you're here now, right? So, all right. The Rogue Ranger, diamonds where the newsletters are worth it alone. Hey, thank you for them kind words, Rogue Ranger. Appreciate that. Appreciate the gifts and the follows also over there. All right. So, any other questions or comments? Thank you very much. So, I had a good trading day today. I had quite a bit to my account today, even though I didn't have a full day in there. So, anyway, let's see what else we got going on here. So, if the indices are going up, what do we think gold might be doing, the metals market? Anybody want to guess? What did I tell you earlier today? Man, look at that. It's not doing nothing. See? It's not 100%. Part of the reason is the volume's not there. Volume's dead. Nobody's trading it right now. That's why. It's just sitting there, right? Indices are going up generally. The metals will go down. But right now, there's just not a lot of full action. It's actually going up in this case. It's not a 100% rule. It's a generality. Probably, I would say, I'm going to guess 90% of the time it holds true that the markets are up, metals are down, and vice versa. So there you go. Oil, where are we at on oil? Oil's kind of flattened out. We are entering even the more volatile part of the day. So you must be careful on what you do here. Because you can get your face ripped off with increased volatility. And why is that? Because it's the end of the day. It's what we call power hour, and you're liable to get your face ripped off if you're not careful. Because people are exiting and entering trades like crazy at the last second. So they're changing their positions. So anyway, see what happens here. All right. We'll close that over there. What other questions we have? Let's see. Go this way. All right. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I was making a quick trade. I don't do that, but I have it open over here on my side thing here. So playing around here for a few seconds, scalp. There we go. Did it. Bang. Gone. Out. Closed. That quick. I don't do that very often. That's a dangerous thing to do.
Attention.
So. Yeah, right. So. Made money on the side there. I won't do that again. I'm done. That could cost me money doing that because I'm not paying attention. I just seen something on here that I wanted to hit it. So it worked this time. I did it the other day too. So that's 2 times in a row. I'm starting to program my brain saying, yeah, I could trade live while I'm talking on the socials. That's a bad thing to do. So stop it, Mark. Don't want to do that.
Yes.
Right?
Is that what you're
Paid
doing?
members. Do we trade distracted? Absolutely not. And when I say distracted, I'm looking at 5 screens. I have the streaming software on one. I have the social feeds on another monitor. I have the chart you're looking at a monitor, and then on the other side I have everything else that needs to go for all this shebang here, this big time production, and it's easy to get distracted. So that's not the way to do it. Now, you may not be looking at 5 screens. You may be looking at one screen, but you're distracted. How can you be distracted in your trades? Well, your significant other may be yelling at you, "Why didn't you get this done?" Or your kids are running around screaming like the house is on fire, or your dog's running around and distracting you and wants attention, or your kids want attention, the spouse wants attention, right? Your phone's ringing, the TV's on, right? You can be distracted in many ways in your trade, and that is very, very detrimental to your day trading. If you're going to day trade, you need to be laser focused on every candle as it happens. You have to be attuned to what's going on with the L2, the order book, your critical levels. If you're facing distractions like your say your significant others, like how long are you going to be trading in there today, right? Or maybe you had a big throwdown knockout fight before you went trading. Or maybe you're sick and you're under the weather and you're about ready to puke, right? But you got to go in there and make that few dollars today, right? Those are not the times to be trading because you're not focused mentally on the task at hand. And that's what distractions do, right? And it can be, like I say, it can be health, it can be actual audio distractions, people distracting you, whatever. You don't want any of that. So you need to get into a place that's yours and yours only whenever possible. And it's not always possible, right? A lot of people trade from their kitchens, right? While they're in there doing things, or their bedroom or whatever, right? I'm fortunate. Well, I'm fortunate. Yes, I am fortunate. My kids are grown and gone. So it's just me and the spouse and the dog, right? Well, guess what? That's 2 things that can distract me. Now, my spouse doesn't distract me from trading, but she could, right? Especially when she comes and brings that pork chop, throws the pork chop down at the bottom of the steps because I'm trading in my basement. I hear that pork chop hit the floor. I know it's time to eat. That'll distract me. So you want to try to do whatever it is that you can do within your limitations to remove all distractions out of your trading. If not, you're going to look away and your trade's going to go against you in a second. I've had it happen I don't know how many times, right? West Blank over there on our YouTube live, is flatten the best way to exit a trade? Well, it is. If I would use that, the answer is no. It's not the best way. I mean, there's always a best way, but that is not the best way. What flatten does is it cancels your stops, it cancels your order, and it exits it out. It's kind of like, I would treat the flatten button as an emergency exit button, right? If you have to get out of a trade right now, that all you got to do is make one click, right? You click one button, the flatten button, and that it does everything for you. If I go up here and I'm in a trade, right, and I have just say I'm going in here, I enter a trade, and I want to get out of that trade. Oops, oh, there it is. So I want to get out of it. I might have to, depending on your software and your broker, I may have to kill my stop and then kill the actual order, right? Or I may have to open up another thing just like you saw me do to open it. So yes, the flatten button comes in handy. What if this was going against me all of a sudden? And if you have that loaded up, you can hit the flatten button. As an emergency, I would use it as an emergency exit only because it's doing multiple things. It's a little slower in the execution. It's closing your stop and then closing your trade. If you absolutely have to get out, use a market order. Just click one button, exit, right? Market sell. Bam, that gets you out. Does that get you the best fill? No, it does not. If you really, the best way is to sell at a specific price, and that would be through a limit order. Limit fills and limit sells are the best way because it's only going to fill, right, at the best price at the price you tell it to. So that's actually the best. That you're telling it when to buy. I don't do that. I'm 100% market buy and sell. I'm not worried about these where it gets filled because I'm not jumping in on these where a market fill will get you. Worse fill is something like this. Oh, look at that candle shoot up. I'm going to jump in. Well, I may have clicked the button, but down here, right? But since the candle was going up so fast, the time the order hit it, I might not get filled till up here. And that could be a lot of money sometimes, right? you're like, what the heck? I clicked the button. It was this price. Look where I got screwed. Well, no, you didn't. You used a market order. And because the price was going up, that's where it got filled at, right? Time it executed. So I'm not chasing these big candles, so I'm not worried so much about market fill, right? I'm going to wait for these candles to do what they're going to do. On a normal day-to-day candle movement, you're going to get decent fills. Is it going to be the best fill? Absolutely not. That's where limit orders come in. So that's what you want to do. But flatten order has its purpose, right? So it's just a little slower. You know, how much slower? I'm sure we're talking milliseconds, but sometimes that can make a difference, right? But it does use that. Just use that as your emergency button, right? Um, really, if you don't have a flattened button or it's not visible to you at the moment, sell at market, right? That'll get you out right away. It'll fill wherever it fills. You're not going to get your best money out of it. So, anyhow, I don't know. TikTok puzzle popping up today. I don't get it. All right. JRM says you love that account balance. Well, it's not real money anyway. There, JRM. I'm always up front. This is a paper trading account. I never use my real money while I'm trading, right? Obviously, it would say I have over $1 million in my account, right? I can assure you I don't have $1 million in my account. I trade real money, but I'm not going to do it when I'm live, right? Because I'm distracted. I'm answering your question. I got a chat box for TikTok. I got a chat box for YouTube and all the other ones up here, right? And my streaming software. So I'm looking all around. So that's why I look like a bobblehead when you see me, right? Obviously, you can't see me today because of the view you're looking at. But if you watch my full screen lives, which you can do over on YouTube, I look like a bobblehead. When I watch first time I watched my replays, I'm like, geez, looks like a bobblehead bouncing around in a car on a bumpy road. That's because I'm looking at too many things. But this is a temporary view, hopefully on TikTok. If you want the best view and full screen view, go over to YouTube, our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. But yes, I'm not going to sacrifice my account by being distracted. All right. It's bad enough I'm distracted by myself sometimes. So best to be safe that way. Now, did I just conduct a couple live trades? Yes, I did. I had it over here, had it preloaded. If it did this, I was going to do that, and that's what I did. And it only took me, wasn't in it, 20 seconds, probably. 25, I don't know. Didn't time myself. It was very short. But I'm going to stop that. That's the last time I'm going to do that, ever. Right, paid members? All right. There we go. All right. So head on over, AmericanDreamTrading.com, and get them memberships. The Diamond $5,000 deal, that is going away. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes away this week. I don't know that as a fact. I know it's not going to. He's talking every day. He says it again. Limited time, last chance. He's already given probably 3 last chances. But when he says it, it's coming. So, look at F2's over there, over on our YouTube live feed. Hey, F2, good to see you. Thank you, sir. There's a gentleman and is one of our paid members, has had quite the journey and quite the struggles to start with. And now he's just taken off by storm. The light bulb has gone off. He's built his small account up to a large account day by day by day by day. He's now finally, after a bit of time and experience, building principle upon principle. And you can see his stories on our YouTube replays in the past. F2's almost, I would say, I don't know for a fact, but on the aftermarket nearly every day. You can meet him over there. He's not there, I'm sure, every day. I used to be on there every day at one point. I'm hardly ever on now. But he's available if you watch the replays over at our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. You'll see who F2 is, and you'll get to hear his story. It's a very good story. If you get a chance, check it out. Matter of fact, don't we have one titled, Don, with just his icon on it? Or am I mistaken? I'm thinking we did, but not sure.
That was a while back when he was Trader of the Week. Yep.
So it's exciting.
But we featured him, what was that, last Friday, I think? It was last Friday we had him on there talking about a very healthy day that he had, and
right.
Coach was on. Yep, I think that was Friday.
Friday, I believe it was. Yeah, go look at last Friday's aftermarket show replay. because we are live 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 to 11, and I'm live for 2 to 4, and the aftermarket show is at 5 p.m. Eastern Time daily, Monday through Friday. And upon conclusion of every one of our live broadcasts, they are available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. And you can go watch them all. So if you missed some of today's broadcast, you can go back at the conclusion of this one and watch it, rewatch it. So, all right. Overall, speaking of our YouTube live right now at American Dream Trading Channel, Doug is back from what he had to get taken care of, and he is now putting in the clickable links over on our YouTube live chat for our promo products, memberships that we have available, including the $5,000 Diamond Lifetime, which is all available at AmericanDreamTrading.com. And if that's a little bit too steep for you, we also have our other standard memberships you can take a look at. Everybody can't start at the top sometimes, right? It would be the best one, be a one and done payment, $5,000, you're done. But we understand that. That's why we provide from $125 a month to where you can pay $5,000 one time and be done. $125 a month is our entry level program, which does not come with these indicators, by the way. It's the only membership level that does not include them. So Doug has been kind enough to put that over there. The other thing that you all can do, even if you don't have a 1 red cent in your pocket, is there's a clickable link for a giveaway. And we're having coaches giving away $1,000 of cold, hard cash. And you do not have to be a paid member. You don't have to be a free member. You could have just showed up today for the very first time on this live feed. You are eligible to participate. The only caveat is you must live in the United States of America, right? And all it is you click that link and it will take you to our webpage, which is has that Gleam sweepstakes built into it. And you just do this. There's up to 10 things you can do. You don't have to do all 10 if you don't. It's basically asking you to stop by, right, to our website, stop by to our social medias, those types of things. There's no money involved. You don't have to join anything or any of that kind of thing. It's mainly to go visit it. And if you do all 10, you get 10 entries your very first time into the drawing for $1,000 cold, hard cash. So for everyone you want to do, up to 10. Then after you do all 10, you can come back once daily and get one additional entry. And I can assure you the odds of winning that $1,000 is a lot easier than winning the lottery, right? I don't think we have 5 million entries into this drawing. We might, I don't know, but less people playing increases your odds. It's totally free. Check it out, right? You don't even have to join anything. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody just came in here one time, went in there and signed up and won, because you're eligible to do that. Matter of fact, our paid members at American Dream Trading, I'm, as a moderator, even eligible to do that, to join that drawing. Well, that don't sound fair. Well, yes, it is. The reason we are allowed to do that, just like you are, is because that Gleam software picks the winner. No one at American Dream Trading has any feedback into who wins. So when Coach says this drawing's over, which I believe is the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken, he'll push the button and that software will randomly draw one person from all the entries that are in there. And that could be you, and that's who the winner is. So, all right, Ralph, talk to you later. Ralph said he might see you, Don, on the aftermarket show over there on the YouTube Lives. All right. So you can go
Sounds
get
good,
our
Ralph.
Bye. You can join our free Discord and get involved in American Dream Trading. You can just get into our stock lounge over there. What you can do is limited, of course, but you can get in there, discuss trades, interact with other members of the AmericanDreamTrading.com. And there's some training materials that you can look at for free, and some discount channels, all kinds of things in there you can do absolutely for free. And you can leave free at any time. It only takes one button click to leave the Discord. So check it out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Scroll about halfway down and you'll see that link. All right, any other questions we have here? Let's see what else we got going on. What's the Russell doing? And the Russell's coming up nicely also. This last hour of the day, everything else is pretty much done trading other than the indices. They slow way down. You can see how small the candles got on oil. You can see how small. Well, there's some nice little pops actually still going on here. Or
So,
no,
Mark, I'm excited.
why are you excited, Don? Tell me more.
Okay, so since you just mentioned the Russell, that's what made me want to jump on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so guess what I did just now?
What did you did just now?
You want to say that right? Okay, you know what I used to do in the pre-market with the limit orders?
Yes.
Waiting in the weeds.
Waiting in the weeds. Yes. A
I
very
just
effective
did.
strategy.
I just did it. So I've been playing, I've been hitting the button, and I'm not you, I'm not GC, the I thing, I'm not as good at that. So I'm like, play around with the limit orders. You haven't done that. Maria's mentioned she's done it. And I just haven't. Well, I'm like, after doing it just now, I'm like, what was the big deal? It is the same exact thing in the pre-market, dude. I set an order and I looked where it was. I went and looked at the L2 just like we were in pre-market. Saw where it was going down to, placed the order, and had to move it a little bit, had to chase it just a little bit because you see it's going up, and got picked up. And then I set a limit sell for like $1 away or something. Or it was like, I think I bought it at let's see, where am I at? 2107.4 and sold it at like 2109.5. I set that, and I got to tell you, I had to pull it down. It gave me a bunch of crap because it kept going to 2109.1.2. The highest it got was 3. It would not go to 5, Mark. So I brought it down to 2, and I got sold off. But the whole point is, it was my own trade that I'm used to doing in the pre-market.
Yep. That's the benefit of a limit order. You determine what price you want to pay.
Right.
And what happens if it don't fill? Well, you're out nothing, right? Big deal.
Exactly. You get out of it.
Yeah, you're done. You didn't make it, so what, right?
Right.
It didn't cost you a dime.
Lowered it a little bit because I was already up.
Yep.
So I made 2 cents less. Big deal. Dude.
Yep. Waiting in the weeds. What she's talking about is you can look at your chart, where it's going at historically today, whatever, right? We call it waiting in the weeds. What's that mean? It means, well, it may be up here right now, but I can see there's a thing down here somewhere where people might want to come down historically.
You talk about it all the time.
Yeah, and then maybe it's going to, here's a double bottom bounce, right? Well, I'll just wait. I'll go ahead, instead of me sitting here staring at it every second, I'll just go ahead and put an order down here at this. You can type in 2102.7 if that's what you want to do. And when that comes down and picks you up and bounces, the trade's already executed at exactly the price you want. Now, if it comes down and stops at this line, well, you don't get filled. Okay, big deal. You didn't lose any money, right? So you can always change it, slide it up, whatever, to get caught in it. So if it comes down here, let's just say this was the bounce level. I just put that line on there. Well, it is a bounce level. It came down here. I put just like clockwork. Come down, hit support, and bounced up, right? And you can get filled. So that gets you in at a low price, and now your gains in because entry is everything, right? So instead of sitting here waiting it to get there, you can put an order down here to wait for it. So when it does drop, waiting in the weeds, I'm hiding down here. It's not close to me yet, so I'm going to place an order here. It may not pick you up for an hour, right? You don't know, right? Could be on its way there now. But you can predetermine the price I want to pay, and if it doesn't hit that, then that's fine. I'm not paying a dime more, right? Kind of thing. So.
And if it comes just within a couple of cents and you're still below where it looks like it's going to go on the L2, then you just slide it up a little bit to meet that.
Just go boink, right? And then now you're in it, right? Market order, you might miss it. You look away.
Or you're paying too much.
Let's just say a squirrel runs across the lawn.
Squirrel!
And you get distracted, right? And it runs back the other way.
Squirrel!
And I got distracted. Oh, wait. Where's my trade? Oh, look, my trade got filled right where I wanted it to, right? So now when a squirrel runs the other way,
squirrel,
I don't have to worry about it because now my trade's filled, right? So then you manage your trade from there. So that's what the limit order's for. That's called, one of our members called it that, waiting in the weeds one day. And we've hung on to that little nugget of terms. And so just sitting there waiting, right? You're lying in wait.
And there's also waiting in the clouds. Don't forget when it goes down.
Yeah, you can do that. I know it's
on
gonna come up
resistance.
here,
He called that waiting in the clouds.
double top. Well, here's the 200, Well, I'm going to set a limit order to 200 area. I can do that, right? Because statistically, it will pause or reject maybe off the 200 and go back. The other VWAP would be a better one to do it, but you can come up here, a double top. We know double tops statistically will pull back, right? So you can do that, get filled that way for the downside on a short. So yes, there's all kinds of ways to do it. I I did it. I employed that strategy myself. I am not a patient person, so I do not like sitting around and waiting. I want my money, and I want my money now, right? Um, we're waiting on the weeds. You're going to maximize your profits. So um, I'm not a big player on that, but I have done it extensively, and I know it's a great thing to do. Especially that's employed a lot in the pre-market because you want to wait for something to come back to get a good price a lot of times.
You are one of the people that coached me on it.
Yeah. I mean, the danger, what's the danger? The danger is it fills you at that low price and then breaks on through even lower.
Keeps going lower, right?
You just can't walk away and just let it do its thing, right? Because it could be going down to the basement all the rest of the day. So you still have to actively. So if it fills you and it keeps going, well, of course, then you have to exit, right, for a loss. But that can happen, right? But so you're playing the statistics, right? Double bottom bounces, critical key levels, indicators, those type of things to make it more effective, right? So is that a key gold level on the Russell that I drew there? Ooh, has been. Ooh, look at that. See, I just added a gold level to my Russell chart. Look at that. Look how many times it hits that. See? Look at that. Man, Dawn, she's a genius. I tell you what. That girl, she knows her stuff. I'm going to leave that as a gold level. In fact, I'm going to lock that in there. That's how much I want it there. I'm going to lock that line there. I can't accidentally erase it.
Stayed there for a while.
Yeah. Well, it's hit it a whole bunch of times. So good.
Which is why
yes, that's another one of the trading strategies that Coach teaches, right? Yeah. There's many of them, and they all have their purposes and uses. Good. Thanks for sharing it. All right.
I figured I'd let you know. I dipped back into the bag and found my little niche again. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll be using that.
Good. Good thing I had my alarm set to watch my little puzzle piece. I mean, we only have 10 minutes left, but I don't know. Sometimes this puzzle piece thing comes up on the hour, and other times it's like this. That's the first time it's popped up, and we've been live for, almost 2 hours, an hour and 50 minutes before that popped up. Anyway, I got it this time. Set my alarm to check it every so often. Hey, Scalping Strategy, how's it going over there? Good to see you. How's your trading going? You're getting better and better every day. Have you run into a brick wall? That happens a lot of times. We get on a roll. How's it going, Scalping Strategy? Increasing, getting better. Hit a wall. What's going on? Let's know. Come on, tell us. Tell us if you want to. He's over there on our YouTube channel. He's one of our members that found us through here. So had some bad experiences in the past, and he's now finding successes here. Hopefully you didn't pick up any of your old bad habits you learned elsewhere. So, all right. What else we got? Last 10 minutes, expect increased volatility. What do we got going on here with the ES? Looks like everything's just kind of meh. Nobody really that interested. And the volume's picking up a little bit now. You look here at the volume bars, you can see there's more activities. Is it as high as it was earlier today? Of course not, right? But it's still pretty steady. If you look here at the level of these bars, it's been a pretty steady day volume-wise. And volume is just that, volume. It's neither good nor bad, but it's bad if you don't have any. But the volume just represents trades buying and selling both. So just because you have high volume doesn't mean the price is going up. It could mean high volume price is going down. Or it could have high volume and not go anywhere when you have an equal amount of buyers and sellers. So you can't judge what volume is doing for you without looking at the chart. Just means there's lots of people in there trading it. All right. What else we got going on here? Anyway, thank you for being here today. Again, we have that diamond membership is going away very, very, very soon. Its demise is imminent. The diamond membership will still be there, but it's going to go back to its full price. It's currently available for $5,000. It's normally $20,000. Coach has it deeply discounted to that $5,000 level. and it's about to cease to exist. I would be surprised if it goes the rest of this week, but I do not know that as a fact. So he hasn't said it to me anyway. What day he's killing? He hasn't set a date, has he, Don? Are you aware of an actual date on the calendar? The Diamond memberships end. I don't know if he has, but he keeps using last chance in his phrasing, and that means it's about to go bye-bye. So, last chance, just like when your parents threaten you as a kid, it's your last chance, and they probably said it 4 or 5 times before it actually was your last chance, right? But your last chance came, I guarantee you that, right? So, anyway, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Grab our free Discord, and in there you can also see all our different membership levels and pricing clearly spelled out on our website. There's a direct link to all the memberships that you can take a look at. So, oil flattened out, gold basically flat. As you can see, the indices, everything's just flat, right? The only thing that's going to really move, of course, oil and all that's done. This was the play of the day. This is just amazing, this platinum run today. Just amazing. Look at that. I could have still stayed in that. So if I had been smart, that's what I would have done. I would have just left my stop in place and let that trade stay live. Again, I don't like keep things running when I'm talking live because I'm not paying attention to it. It's not that I couldn't have it over on the side and let it run, but I didn't. And that thing went up, what? This was our hot level here, that 1054. It went up another $4 an ounce, 106 right now. Beautiful trade. That thing went up another $6 that I could have rode up. 6 times 10 is 60, times 5 is what? You do the math. That's how much more I could have earned on per contract. So, and I was doing 10 contracts of that. So, but it's okay. I did all right today. All right. What other questions? Last minute questions. I know you're all going to get over there and grab that membership before it goes away. You've all been watching for free for a long time. When are you going to make the decision to up your education and up your training? Today would be the day, would it not? What are you waiting on? What more do you need to know before you grab them other memberships? Scalping Strategy says he's up and down a little bit, patient on what I'm struggling with. He only has 90 minutes to trade every day, so yeah, well, whatever. Just make sure you have take only good trades. Don't try to force a trade, right? So just take the good trades that look good while your indicators are behind you, ideally, and make good entries. 2-minute EWO plays with all the things behind you would be what I suggest on your limited time. If you could ride a nice EWO for 90 minutes and get out, that's great too. But I would highly recommend it. Now, today, EWO would have sucked on ES as volatile as it was in the opening. Did one occur? Yeah. But if you look at the chop, you would have got stopped out real quick because it was just so volatile today. And so anyway, good. Just take your time, be patient. Again, remind you where you came from, which I don't need to do that. You know very well you lived through it, right? So you got all the rest of the time to do it. Make sure you take advantage of it and only enter on bona fide good trades. You should be able to talk yourself out loud why you're going to enter this trade. If you can't do that and it sound logical to your own brain, don't do it. Don't jump in. Don't be flipping from chart to chart and say, oh, getting in right now. Don't do that. Pick something that's better, right? Evaluate it for a few minutes before you jump in. You should be able to tell yourself why out loud you're in that trade. All right. So if you can't do that, then don't. All right. Anyhow, there we go. Well, I'm glad y'all could be here today. Hope you picked up some other little tidbits of information over here. And I'm having my YouTube thing here. There it goes. Feed there. All right, there we go. So hopefully you've picked up again what you see in here for free for 2 hours a day It's just the tip of the iceberg that we provide as memberships. We start training and trading at 4 a.m. every single morning. From 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, we trade. Futures membership, we do live Zoom call training and trading starting at 8:30 every morning. So we give you 12 to 12 hours a day, depending on what membership level you have. And the Diamond membership includes all of them, so you don't even have to worry about it. You want to trade crypto a while? Well, go hang out with the crypto guys. You want to trade stocks? Well, go over there and hang out with them people. You want to trade futures? Come out and hang out with us, right? So there's different places you can go. It gives you more flexibility. That $5,000 is an incredible value that everybody, I can already hear it in my head. People crying the blues the day after coach says, "Up, they're done, back to regular price now." Well, that's fine if you want it. If you want it bad enough, then you'll go pay the full price. Well, why pay full price next week when you can get it for the $5,000 this week, right? So don't be the one that has life full of regret. You don't want to live your life in regret. So if you miss out on it, you just miss out on it, right? Not everybody's got $5,000 laying around that they don't know what to do with, right? I can assure you it'll be the best 5,000 you ever spent in your life, but does that mean you're going to guaranteed to succeed if you buy that? Absolutely not. We don't guarantee anything. I can only guarantee you will lose money if you don't follow coach's rules. That's the only guarantee I can give you. We didn't play coach's rules today, but you know what they are if you've been here more than 2 days, right? You've heard it. I will play it tomorrow. But anyway, I'm glad you all could be here. We are live 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I am live from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, with the Futures Education and Training program. And then at 5 p.m. with our host and moderator, Dawn, has the Aftermarket Show, which can be found exclusively over on our American Dream Trading channel on YouTube. And it does feed out to the social media, though, doesn't it? Does it go out to TikTok? Do you have the TikTok feed on there or not? I don't think you do you? But you have the Facebook and some of the other ones, I believe, that it streams out to. But you can find that. The direct link was right there on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Check that out. Say hi to Dawn. Tell her where you heard about her from. Me. Say you came from the future. She'll know. So I thank you all for being here. Remember, anybody that you come into contact with for the rest of the day, you never know what's behind their smile. So make sure that you leave a positive, lasting impression on that person. You may be the only uplifting person they've met all day, and you may be that person they just needed in their life for this time. So try to be the positive influence on those you come in contact with. We will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. See ya. Goodbye.